I can unlock it for you, cariño. I think I can make this worth my time.
They're coming from the right. No slacking now. Aguas! Enemy here! Got an enemy here! Leave, you filth! Let the hack begin! Let's not do that again. Clank off. We're catching up. Like stealing data from Athena. Didn't expect me, huh?
Every time I need a laugh, I look at your search history.
Hello, I am Royal here, who is into royalty and roses. So, it's gonna be proven that you can beat Fallout New Vegas as Overwatch's master hacker, Olivia Kulama, El Sombra herself. Except the first 2 hours of gameplay had the recording screwed up because all I see from the final footage is a blank screen. Fun. I like to think this part of the run had a technical malfunction. It's like it was hacked or something. How relevant. So, to quickly summarize, as thankfully nothing much happened that was missed from these hours, here are the special stats and traits. At a cost of dumping endurance due to her relatively low HP, strength due to her weapons not needing high strength with perks, and a bit of charisma, I maxed her perception and intelligence to get the most science and lockpick out of the human computer she is, with a bit of luck. Traits I gave her were fast shot and skilled, of which the latter I chose twice in the run to hack a bit more points for herself. Starting the run, the armor I would have her wear for now is the lightweight metal armor from the starting courier stash, and I was able to repair the broken 9mm SMG from the Doc's house to at least have some weapon to begin with. As for how to get better SMGs for Sombra, more akin to her machine pistol, I took the approach of finding the snow globes all across the wasteland so that when I get into the Lucky 38, they can be disposited into houses Jane, and Olivia can buy her 10mm sleepy time. While I am letting her use any SMG, I am going to try to make use of the silenced SMGs more over the regular ones since it's more suiting for her stealth build. Remember when I said it is a priority to max out Olivia's science and lockpick because we're going to be playing with a literal human computer? Well, we are going to rush these skills to be maxed out, as well as trying to find anything to lockpick and or hack in the game. But let me speak about this before I go crazy on this. I cannot say I did every lockpick or every computer terminal in New Vegas in this run. And to be frank, when I was doing this run, that was the problem doing this run as a hacker like her. As I would down the line, trying to find every lockpick and terminal there, I would kind of begin losing my mind and not care about the search anymore. Because here's the thing, not only is there insufficient information out there on Fallout wikis and guides for what terminals you can hack in New Vegas, which is roughly around 70 to 100 alone if you try to find everything in my estimates, and that's without duplicates, which is absolutely obnoxious, but the lockpicking was even more obnoxious. If you also played the DLCs especially in the case of Lonesome Road, you can find lockpicks in boxes, crates, footlockers, doors, metal doors, first aid medical supply kits, and good freaking grief, the list doesn't stop. I swear I found over 100 different locations to use lockpicks in, and I'm not going to list every one of them here because I'm not making a 10-hour-long video on where you can use your damn lockpicks on the most random loot you get from a box! All the boxes in Lonesome Road alone made me go crazy, like watching someone gamble all their money away just for getting that one skin. Like, please come on, let me play the f***ing game as a Mexican Latina hacker and not be a scrounging little gremlin, you absolute Bastille! So with that aside, and the missing internal footage, now we can begin. I had her spread all the Helios 1 power to everyone and use big books of science and tumblers today to manually up her science and lockpicking skills without relying too much on leveling up. Of course, that would lead me to early Cazador encounters, which is thankful since Sleepy Time rips through them to spread, as well as any SMG for that matter. The visits would also include to Nipton, and easy hacking through the Repcon HQ, Ulysses' old Mojave Ranch, getting killed by a heavy weapons guy the hard way, like, holy crap. And a prospector's den. Now she is a master hacker.
Wonder if I can just hack the score.
With all the lockpicking power to her name, I took a quick stop to a Bonnie and Clyde wannabe's hideout and unlocked the very hard lockpick safe there to get Vance's 9mm SMG. The 10mm already consumes ammo very quickly as is, so this would be a fine substitute of a machine gun, or machine pistol, or submachine gun. Semantics. With my loadout as is, I begin to not just do some deeds for the locals here, but Goodsprings would be one of the many targets in the game where Sombra will act like a complete scavenging jackal, infiltrating any house to find a lock to pick or a terminal to hack. This thought process would persist throughout the game, so she will know what intel all the Mojave has and steal whatever she wants, even if it means having to reset the game sometimes and play extremely carefully to not make too many individuals hostile to her and break certain quest lines and what's not. It was also kind of annoying sometimes. She would rather escape with the intel undetected than have to kill everyone after all. I do the usual Bard and Thorn thing and make him die in an embarrassing way with a back shot in stealth mode, like a backstab from afar.
Come on! Glad that's over.
Ponme a prueba, te reto.
While trying to unlock all of Prim's save to the discontent of some locals seeing and having to reset, which will happen a lot especially when we get to the casinos, I saved Deputy Bugle, hacked Prim Slim into a new sheriff, and after a few days of waiting, took out a few rogue bandits. Also, I have Eddie on my side since you can technically hack the bot's systems to be on your side. It counts. After stealing a star bottle cap, causing some of the locals to be gunned down because of it, after lockpicking a safe, causing some of the locals to yet again be hostile and then have them gunned down. Yeah, let's just say Sombra having to pick every lock in the game that she finds will cause a few enemies.
Got a lot of systems that need hacking.
Shooting through some radioactive zombies.
Can't believe they're making another Rise of the Zomnics.
I was originally going to use the 9mm and the 10mm SMGs for her, given they are one-handed SMGs, like her machine pistol being one-handed in Overwatch, but those giant rat scorpions would prove that this would be incredibly frustrating as the run goes on. Infiltrating Camp McCarran's very hard locked confiscated goods, making a widow sad for having to pay me for her husband's corpse, and blackmailing a blackmailer through hacking his terminal, I tried to find the Legion spy and, well, this unique sequence happened.
Hey, dude.
Hey, what are you doing out here at this hour?
I have plans for him.
Is that right?
And now, I have plans for you, too. All for me.
This is where your trail runs cold.
You know better than to turn your back on me. Trying to keep me out? I don't think so.
When's our next round of hide and seek?
You know I'm not going to tell you.
There you are.
Adiós, taradita. Otro trabajo aburrido.
Curtis, something's not right. Listen, you've got to get to the monorail.
We gotta catch up to them. Lost the lead. We're losing the objective. Meh, that was boring. That could have gone better.
What happened?
The objective.
Destroyed.
God damn it. How could I have let this happen? If only we'd caught this sooner, before he got to the monorail. Still, this investigation has been valuable to us. The NCR appreciates the work you've done.
That made my day.
Moving on from that inconsequential happening, I originally was considering to side with the Powder Gangers given Olivia's track record with a certain gang of her past, but then some of the Powder Gangers decided to attack me out of spite when I had leveled up, so I blackmailed them to the NCR and killed them all with their support.
Eddie's a daddy.
That's what you get for messing with a hacker and her shadows. Breaking into a Bastion of Hope storage and dumping a ton of items to a Novak safe that is endlessly deep, I do many deeds and favors for Freeside, including the murder and stealing of NCR squatters and snooping enough of the Wrangler's luck that they deem Sombra a rascal in the Freeside community. And she'll become more of a rascal when I get one of the signature perks for her build at level 12, Robotics Expert. This is one of the main perks for her build. In other words, Robotics Expert makes you be able to sneak to a robot and be able to hack it and shut it down without it noticing. I also come back to be a king when I curiously went to the barber and what in the world is going on with her hair? Funnily enough, it's a combo of the pink and black style in her game. Not too far from it actually, but it switched back to all purple. I kinda wish the glitch was kept in the system though. After hacking Ambassador's digital notes, I go back to Novak where I've been stockpiling anything I find to be put into the endless safe, especially when I steal parts for weapon repair kits. Then it occurred to me, Boone is a thing. Think of it. An esteemed sniper and a self-made Widowmaker himself. Sounds like a good companion for Sombra when you really think of her story. I mean, why not? We all know how much she means to her fellow Widow. So after doing his side quest and getting him on board, Boone does what he does best and shoots on sight first before questions when some random legionaries were around us. Meaning the Legion is gonna hate Sombra's guts, which is fitting because I don't think Olivia would like the Legion whatsoever for their degenerative views of technology and deploration of their women in society. I don't think someone who's had it rough like her childhood did would like the Legion any bit. Checking up on an ambush ranger station for Novak, I decided since Sombra is known to be beyond human with her several implants and grafts, while I have her with an endurance of only 2, I can get more implants for her in Old World Blues. Quick summary, I'm not repeating everything I do in Old World Blues again since I've done it so many times. I don't want it to sound like clockwork of the technological proportions. So to play it simply, I rushed down the main missions and got very concerned when my guns were mostly bouncing off the Robo-Scorpions, using up nearly all my ammo, so for the time being, I avoided them while taking heavy damage, did not kill Gabe the big angry dog because I don't want to remind myself to kill the Reaper again. No thank you, Gabe. And got all the technologies to confront Dr. Mobius for the think tank, which was very freaking easy as I went to the Forbidden Zone, forgot to get the sonic emitter, so I left to get the sonic emitter from the X8 facility, very fun stuff mind you, then went back to the Forbidden Zone to hack into the self-destruct terminal to render the giant robot inert. I rushed to get the sync autodock disc and reattach my organs for better upgrade. Given the immaculate intel in the think tank and Dr. Mobius, I decided to not kill any of them as I do the science approach and blackmail the think tank into thinking I am Dr. Mobius and force them to keep themselves in their place. Wouldn't want to waste such precious intel for Sombra to browse all over now, won't we? From one DLC to another, I venture to the Lonesome Road and take on the Divide. While it is my favorite DLC, I can only say so much about what I did in this place without having to repeat Ulysses' damned bulls and bears. Let's just say high science and lockpick made going through the silos and the rest of the Divide very easy for Sombra to bypass many obstacles, even if it meant having to scrounge every frickin' box to see if they are pickable and refill ammo leaving the Lonesome Road and then going back in whenever I want. After accidentally blowing up a stretch of land and having the absolute worst time with the Courier's Mile with limited SMG ammo and power, I managed to barely make it out of the radioactive hell. No thanks because the death claws there, which are not like the ones in the high road, which I have to run the frick away from most of the time. These ones, thankfully, don't have any damage threshold, which means the SMG ammo I've had can be used to shoot them down if I act quick enough. That said, I managed to barely make it out of the radioactive hell with tons of trugs and turbo, and decided that maybe now it's the time to use a better gun, as I grab a 12.7 SMG off of one of the lootable crates. I could have gotten this gun in at least 10 easier ways, but I just had to go through this particular hell. Reaping the rewards selling to the gun runners, I also get a 12.7 SMG silencer to make the strongest SMG more fitting for her stealth build. I should also mention sometimes I use the drug Steady to make her firing more accurate in some dangerous combat encounters. It's also kinda more akin to her Overwatch gameplay. I paid the medical clinic to get the 2 implants I wanted from her, being the subdermal armor and the monocyte breeder, for toughness and light passive healing. Thanks to having the 12.7 SMG being able to damage even the tanky robots I previously had trouble with, it was also useful with my science and lockpicking to get the 5th and final rank of the Eddie companion trait for the most overly hacked Robo-Buddy. Taking out the Queen of the Tunnels and junk, losing my Robo-Buddy temporarily, and finally having the capacity to shoot down Death Claws with ease without running away like I did at the High Road. That said, facing Roar was requiring a few retries, Steady, and stimulants before taking her down and claiming her Talon. After enough scrounging for intel and locks, I then finally make it to the Temple of Ulysses S. Grant, get weapons handling to make using the 12.7 SMG more doable, and decided to not kill the rogue courier Frumentari and other titles of Bear's Bulls, because I couldn't see the point of losing Ulysses without losing all that precious data, intel, and dare I say, history about his past. Did I say precious? I meant precious. We even both fought similarly with stealth boys and SMGs as we cleared the mark men, make the robot sacrifice himself cause Sombra ain't nuking anyone's intel today. I mean, she ain't gonna let that intel at the capitals get wasted. I add 1 additional point to agility as I get halfway to level 50, leveling up and finally have found something for her to wear. Ulysses' Duster. It's nowhere near her look, but the Duster aesthetic is there, I guess. Checking out the Divide one last time with Ulysses, I recruit back Boone to accompany me a bit when I gave him the stealth suit, a mask, and an AMR to make the sniper look even more intimidating than he already was. Not to mention, besides the mask looking terrifying on Boone, the stealth suit and AMR were some of the stuff that I used in my Widowmaker run, so it only made sense to give them to Boone for old time's sake. To be frank, a lot of what I'm going to be doing here is grinding my way to level 50 as I search out every last marked or unmarked location for locks and hacks, so to attempt to be brief, I make several trips back to the Big MT, and now that I have the 12.7 SMG and the Robotics Expert perk, I can actually fight all the tanky robots in my way, as I do all the side quests and even sneak kill the giant bug without being noticed. I also had Sombra found an outline for VR chat, as she does, and...
Oh no! His computer crashed.
This probably happened like 15 times this run, so you know. I'd rather not talk about it. Also, I'm not going to talk about the Old World Blues implants, just know they cost like tens of thousands of caps for something as simple as more Cazador damage, no radiation from drinking beverages, and a slightly higher health and AP gain from food. That was not worth it. But the implant for the 20% faster crouching speed was very nice with some perks. Now we go on to the next DLC, Zion. Yes, we are going to Honest Hearts once again. And not much happened besides snooping every location in the map before starting the mainline quest, finding picks, terminals, and hostile mobs to destroy. Ugh. This is getting boring. I tell some native to go seek out civilization and side with Graham Cracker against the tribals and such. Let's just get through this already and finish off with Dead Money. Dead Money. My hated DLC out of the 4. Most hated, at least. Thankfully, since one of the perks I previously gave Sombra happened to be Light Step, I can proceed through the red cloud and mist without getting mined and trapped every 2 seconds. Also, whenever I take damage from the cloud and go to a safe spot inside, unaffected by the smoke, and wait some hours, I can actually regenerate some health back thanks to the monocyte implant I got previously. Saves me quite a few stim packs. Hacking and lockpicking was especially useful in this DLC since getting through them requires high levels of both, letting me bypass and take many shortcuts. So I get to the end, save every one of my allies, get a dressy cosmetic, take the gold, trap the Elder, and I keep dying in the ending slides. What the heck? After using tons of stim packs and foodstuffs to no avail, and even having to activate a temporary God mode cheat just to think what the hell to do. Using cheats to hack. In the game, no less. How delightful. Sombra. I looked up and realized there's a glitch in the game that makes it so that the cloud effect that makes you lose health when you're in it somehow was permanently active even after I left the Sierra Madre. And I had to find a command of all things to remove the effect. Well, if anyone was going to use console commands to fix a broken system, I suppose it was going to be Sombra. I forced more money for Vault 22, or else Sombra's 2045th blackmail would be pointed for Dr. Hildern. Thought that killing the Gunrunner guards deftly and getting the schematics would make me undetected, but apparently the Gunrunners are now suspicious of the NCR with those depths. Whoops, maybe you shouldn't hire a trained killer spy, NCR. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention that from the Dead Money deals. See, I also managed to collect tens of weapon repair kits. Thank you, Sierra. After speaking to a guy that knows how to rig a game to his favor in ink and cards, I shot some giant rats at the sewers because nobody likes those junky piles of rat. I told female Cassidy that her caravan is done for, and hacked a robot to collect the trash. I swapped Boone with Cass to do her questline and go to blackmail the Crimson Caravan and Van Graffs of their wrongdoings. Nothing smells smokier than f***ing off entire corporations and their higher-ups. Say, you want to see some robotics hijinks?
Catch me if you can. The network security here is so soft and cute. It's like hacking a marshmallow. Let's order some pizza for the neighborhood and pay their rent. And all their debt. You're easily impressed.
Waiting's pretty fun, right?
I was hoping you wouldn't wake up.
All for me.
Taking my time, enjoying the view.
Got one.
I've got this one. Step aside.
Orale! Let's do it again!
Raiding Camp Searchlight by hacking the turrets to my side, I begin to run out of ammo again when I decide to go to the NCR Quartermaster and wondered why the heck I haven't used him before when I had good NCR reputation, because wow, he's got a lot of bullets. Working with a fake Logan and breaking a queen's arachnid's tail. And since I've been scrounging so much for any picks or locks, I had enough caps to deposit to Festus for the bottle cap rewards. not the gun, mind you, the hundreds of caps, paid some slaves freedom and dumped toxic waste to the paid slavers.
Squeal for me, cerdito.
I told the father some insensitive troops and he fell to the scary cane. Scary cane. Yes, guys, it's me. I'm in Fallout. Now let's not have my unusual cameo interrupt the rest of this run. Bye. Then I forgot something very useful when I decided to interrogate Sealoose at Camp McCarran. My silenced 10mm with 50 stealth or more is a holdout weapon.
I'll show you, gutless.
In my world, there are no secrets.
All right,
Too
you can
slow.
Stop for a sec.
Get me to talk work.
A sucker for my punch.
Enough, this is pointless.
All right.
I don't think so.
It's over.
Heads up.
That was fun to watch. I'd have you do it again, but I'd probably get in trouble.
You're lucky to have me.
Finding the ledger of a most inhumane duel had Sombra shoot and stomp them down to death for their unholy acts of sin. The 20th Legion Assassin Squad falls to my team's stealth, merciless slaughter indoors, and preventing some mindless quarrel at Jacobstown, where I also outsmarted the smarty Sigma. I then swapped Boone with Lily since 200% more Stealth Boy duration is awesome to keep. I broke through the very hard locked door to the train tunnel room, and a funny Deathclaw backflip later, I did some bitter deeds, and while I don't think Sombra would like the NCR, given they probably have a lot of intel and technology across their vast wasteland borders, aligning with them was something I was gonna have her naturally do, since, well, I just want to keep records to expose the NCR when needed. Cause that's just how she works. Why kill the enemy when you can humiliate them with heck? Heck. Camp Golf would be a funny place for Sombra to be, because one way to do a certain questline to motivate a group of misfit recruits just so happens to be hacking and cheating the system. Thanks, Point Dexter, you nerd. So after stealing some exotic quartz, the hack was made. Good luck not being, quote, noobs.
Adios.
The Ranger Chief said adios. Telling Point Dexter the hack is made and getting Legion ambushed for the 25th time, Repcon's locks and hacks would be broken as I deactivate and destroy all the robots inside and out. I then take the King's dog as I stole some thrust controllers from Gibson and borrowed her into killing her King Ray. Giving Rex the Ray treatment, he gets sent back to the casino like a good boy. I then opted to sneak into Black Mountain to do the peaceful way of the quest line. But Lily went full heavy weapons guy mode on them.
Time for shopping.
Thank goodness I bought her a fully modded minigun. Not to mention she killed Mutant 76. Ha!
It is good day to be dead.
Might as well shut down the robot as well and get the old Mexican as well.
I've got you, viejito.
Surviving a vault's sacrificial chambers, I proved that no matter how many death claws exist, Sombra can kill an entire prom of them at a high noon.
stealth mode on. Aw, they're all gone? I didn't even use my best tricks. I'm the boss now.
What can I do for you, boss?
Oh yeah, and I found a bandana for her from a raider, I think, and I thought it looked cool on her.
Easy in, easy out.
I played a bit of Mercy at Forlorn Hope, and invaded Nelson with NCR support, where I made Dead Sea dead.
See?
And then, after having ran around ranger stations twice, fourth, I go to Chief Hamlin, tell him he's going to be blackmailed and arrested for his crimes, and apparently he couldn't take the guilt. Not so gun-ho now, cowboy. I then went to the Repcon facility to hack all the doors, sneak through the Stealth Boy terminal, tell the crazed psychos they ain't here, and accurately send the ghouls to space. While I was going to the Red Rock Canyon, I took a detour to Quarry Junction from the back of the location instead of Salone, and let's just say the Death Claws were a joke. They were all eliminated without any of them seeing my crouched form sniping their stupid faces up close. I get the Wasteland omelet recipe and proceed to cook a couple of them during the rest of the run. Ah, the facets of being a survivor. Once I get to the Khan's territory and meet a fellow punk-haired dude, I do everything possible to make the Great Khans liked by Sombra, till I tell them to evacuate the war zone this Mojave will be. I then end that Raider King bastard motor runner, even after I try to bribe his helmet with high speech. Olivia may have had lowly connections with certain gangs and syndicates, but all-out junky chaos? I mean, come on, this isn't a junk town. That's not exactly it for her.
You can't catch me! You'll learn how it feels to be a monster! I spy a health pack. Picking this up. Bringing this with me.
I don't think they got the hint. Guess they haven't had enough. Sombra online.
I then collect the Deathclaw eggs for Red Lucy, making Olivia near maxed out in combat. And then I finally have my reward working with Red Lucy by approaching her terminal that can be hacked near her bed. What? Expecting something else?
No me olvidé de ti.
Once again, as I have done lately in these runs, I go to doing the Good Springs gunfight quest near the end of the game, get everything I need for the city's defense, just to easily shoot the powder gangers down anyway. That said, the Vault 19 gangsters did not shoot me on sight, so I did Cook's favor to perish all the pyro geckos, and then have his folks invited to the cons. In my grind to get to max level, I find a scorpion burrow where I shot down another arachnid queen that was hiding in there. Don't ask how I remembered this. I would imagine it's the quirks of Sombra being associated with Widowmaker after all.
Here for you, Spider Queen.
After another round of acquiring quartermaster ammunition and killing off the 35th Legion Assassin Squad to their utter embarrassment, Boone and I would break into the Brotherhood bunkers, and yes, I mean all the bunkers, including the fake ones, and upon finding the actual hidden valley, I was given the courtesy of being given some goodwill for my actions at the Divide, before being collared and forced to destroy an NCR Ranger's radio. How nice of them. While I don't think Sombra would like the Brotherhood of Steel, their immense technological prowess and nationwide bunkers containing vast amounts of pre-war and wasteland intelligence would prevent her from ultimately destroying the bunker. They're worthy of her eyes and ears. I even stopped the computer virus the scribes were having at one point, which... it's like they got a hacker and computer virus inflictor on her good side. Just don't make her be on her bad side, or else you're gonna get the ultimate hack. This is such ironic reference. These Legion morons are so dumb. I'm right here, morons. Doing all the Brotherhood's deeds, which was easy since I already went through all the vaults for their filtration parts. I would become a part of the Brotherhood, apparently, even though I refused the power armor and title. Alright, level 49 and counting. Time to actually go to the Vegas casinos and have the easiest time there because no one can see the powerful SMG I have hidden with me in there. You made going through the White Gloves questline easy, as I would ultimately drug and kill every White Glove at the banquet, giving me a GRA challenge completed. I also kill Heck Gunderson and his goons and got paid big time by a rival of his I bartered with highly. Nothing like ending a good Brahmin Baron. The Omertas wouldn't know what hit him as I escorted some lovebirds out of the casino in Vegas, while my pickpocketing and stealing actions would make me a Vegas rascal. It has also made Sombra reach level 50 after lockpicking some of the top's room and getting the evil karma perk. That said, I'm gonna have her karma stay neutral for the rest of the game. I think it suits her unique sense of, quote, moral standards of not being too heroic or vengeful. Now that max level has peaked, I did the entertainment questline for the tops, because why not? But I also gave Benny a most embarrassing fight of his life when I used Sleepy Time to shoot at his Maria enough that he resorted to using a pool cue to attack Sombra with.
You're not getting off that easy. Get up, sunshine. I think you're in over your head.
I get invited to the Legion's force, of which I don't go in guns blazing yet, as I made an excuse to keep the plentiful of chems on me, as even the Legion's finest can't find her price SMG. Idiots. I accept Kaiser's task to go to the fort to deactivate the robots there, and also activate the Securitrons there instead of destroying the bunker. I kill some Legion without anyone noticing, see the house demo on better robots, deactivate all of his robots so they can't attack me when I betray him, and then I deactivate Mr. House. And before I go end the main quest, I go back to the Big MT one last time to change my traits. For Small Frame for extra agility, and Wild Wasteland. I really only did Wild Wasteland because I wanted to see if I could get the Alien Blaster after I got the YCS there from the Mercenaries for arcade. But I was wrong. No aliens would spawn when you do this. Also, I wasn't able to get Logan's Loophole, which sucks because I thought you can get that near the end of the game. I guess I could have gotten it in the early game and then change it after reaching level 30. Whoops. Going back to the fort with Boone this time to finish off the Legion for good, and let him partake in the final shot on Caesar.
Thumbs down, you son of a bitch.
Aye.
And right before I go to Hoover Dam, I do one more blasted hacky exploit and go do the recruiting companions glitch with Veronica to make multiple companions, especially Boone and Lily, fight with me. And I also armed them up to the teeth with high-quality weapons with some gold-backed insurance. Yeah, the final battle was a joke. Sombra used one stealth boy, and it lasted for the entire sequence from the start of the Hoover Dam to installing Yes Man to the Legate's camp. As for how the Lanius fight went, well, I never struggled once as I had him get hit with a volley of bullets and then have him die to an EMP attack. This just got a whole lot more embarrassing of a shock for Lanius. I then told the general, what are you doing? Oliver, what is he doing? What is he doing? I talk him down with speech, kill him in one shot after having him back down without even the Rangers noticing the general is dead, and yes, Fallout New Vegas can definitely be beaten with Sombra. Damn, without having to scourge around the wasteland to open the lockpicks and the terminals that I can find, this run was a lot of fun to do. This is easily one of my favorite runs with Widow for showing how broken stealth is, as Sombra with her silenced SMGs was basically one of the best ways to play New Vegas as a whole. With that said, thank you for watching. If you want to please comment, subscribe, let me know what else you want to see, and this is Royal out.